All right, we thought we were done with War of the Roses, but the last time we did this particular War of the Roses, we didn't really prove anything at all.
Yeah, so our Bert Show listener hit us up, and she was like, I think my boyfriend's cheating on me because he's saying he's going one place, but when I track him on my phone, he's going another. Fun fact, he doesn't know he's being tracked because she slid into his phone when he wasn't looking and shared his location services so she can see where he is. He doesn't even know that. So he said like he went to GameStop, but he went to this residential area. He said he was going to the gym, went to the same residential area. So multiple times he says he's doing one thing, but ends up going to this residential area. And she's like, I know his friends. I don't know anybody who lives there. So we did the To Catch a Cheater War of the Roses, sent him an email for him to send flowers to whomever, and he chose her. Like, he sent the flowers to her. So, okay, great. He sent the flowers to her. He's not cheating, but like, what is he doing? Like, where is he going? Who is he seeing? And Abby and I both were like, you need to follow him. Like the next time he says he's going somewhere, you check that, like you check your phone. If he's headed in that direction, you just need to go over there and see what you can suss out.
I think the exact words we used were cannonball into crazy.
Yes.
So at this point, she somewhat knows the location, but doesn't have a pinpointed location for this guy?
Dude, I mean, my husband and I have shared our locations. I can see like where he is inside the Planet Fitness. Like it is pretty it's pretty damn accurate.
It's very accurate.
And did she tell us that she had that with him already?
What?
The Find My Friends thing?
Remember, yeah, she snuck into his phone and shared his location without him knowing.
Okay, so what are we doing with her today?
She says she has an update.
Hey, Gina.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, you got an update on this War of the Roses?
There's been a development, though I'm no close to figuring out what he's doing or who he's hanging out with.
What's going on?
Well, okay, so yesterday he said he was going to a friend's house, which is like no biggie. But as soon as he got in the car, I'm looking at the tracker, and he beelines in the opposite direction. And you know what? I had it. I get in my car, and I follow him. Because I watched the tracker and he parks his little self in that residential neighborhood I was talking about. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go address this. We're going to do what I've been wanting to do, what my gut has been telling me to do, and we're going to follow him. And so I get there a little bit later after he does. Like, let him get comfortable. You know what I mean? And I follow him there, and it's like this cul-de-sac in this like residential area, and he's parked out front of this house. And I sit there and, I'm watching him like a cop on a stakeout. And I start being like, oh, my God, what am I doing? This is stupid. I'm getting like hot in the face. And so, you know what? I'm like, I don't this is his business. And I start to leave, right? I'm going to go. And the front door opens and he walks out. And I'm like, okay, now I was maybe convincing myself this was just a lookalike car, that he's in the shopping center near here and the tracker's wrong, and he walks out of this house. And out behind him walks this woman who is like 75 to 80 years old.
Do what?
Okay, I don't judge.
And I'm like, who is that? And I freak out. They have like a little exchange. He gets in his car. I like kind of duck in the seat and he does the lap and like drives away and she waves. And I was like stunned. I had no idea. I'm really what could at this point, I wish she was 20 because that would make sense. But her being so much older, I was like, no clicks, no guesses.
And if it was like a grandma or something, why would he lie about going to his grandma's house?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay. So I get home a little bit after him, and I walk in, and he's like on the island of our apartment, texting. And I was like, okay. And he's like, hey. Didn't ask where I was, so I'm like, oh, I was just running errands. And he's like, oh, cool. And I was like, how's your friend? He's like, oh, he's fine.
So he's still lying about it.
That's so weird.
Here's what it is, G-MILF.
At 75, that's GG.
For real, though, do you think this is a sugar mama?
Like either he has a long lost grandparent he just found out about, or I think it would be a sugar mama.
Well, if it was a grandparent that he just found out about it, he would share that with her, right?
Not if it's like some sordid part of his family history that he's trying to figure out by himself, maybe.
No, man, you'd share that with your significant
I
other.
think so.
I mean, anything's possible, but when you said that they said goodbye to each other, was there like a mouth-to-mouth kiss? Was it a hug? Was it on both cheeks? What did it feel like to you?
It was like leaving grandma's house. He just kind of jumped down the stairs, kind of sorting through his keys, turned, waved. She waved back, like, got in his car and left.
You couldn't hear anything that they said? Like, did she say thank you for being a friend to him or something like that?
Thanks for saving my life.
Travel down the road and back again.
You know?
Your heart is true. You're a pal.
Is she a pal and a confidant? Like,
And if he threw a party and invited everyone he knew, she could see.
Okay, we get it. All right. Gina, no hunch at all on who the older woman might be. Do you think that he's just got a thing with an older woman?
I have no
Gina.
idea.
Gina.
Like, yes.
Gina, girl, it's time to have a conversation.
Gotta ask him.
How old's your man, by the way?
He is 26 and I'm 27.
But he's an old soul.
He better be.
I bet he is.
If he's dating her, he does like older women. She's 27, he's 26. Maybe just 27 wasn't old enough.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do is go.
But how does she make herself not look so completely insane? Like, hey, I downloaded your location services on my
Right.
phone and then I followed you to this old woman's house. What are you doing?
I don't think there's a way to not look insane.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get your answer.
Yep. You said that. Do I remember this correctly? That you said you came to the table with some baggage, also in past relationships.
Yeah, like,
Some infidelity.
those be very cut and dry in comparison to this.
But you can
yes.
still use that as the reason for your craziness.
Oh yeah,
Lean
that's
on that.
why that's what Bert's saying. Like the reason why you shared his location with you is because of this infidelity baggage. The reason why you followed him is because he was lying about where he was going.
And then you fall on the sword. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got all caught up and insecure. But here I have this baggage from past relationships. So I did follow you, and this is what I saw. I think that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Either that or you got to lie and say it was some kind of coincidence that you just happened to be driving by that area and saw him.
Yeah, he won't buy that.
I don't think he will either.
Yeah. Would you break up with your lady if she
Did all of this? Mm-hmm. Yes, I would. It would be. It just would scare me into.
Even though you
is this
were
in my
lying?
future? If I was. That's tough. It's tough. If I loved her and I was at that point with her, I would probably realize that she was right. She had the right to do it.
Or you'd be more eager to break up with her because you got a hot 75-year-old waiting for you at home, baby.
We ain't got no time to waste.
And she's built like she's 68.
You should have said 69.
I purposely did it. All right, Gina, hit us up on Monday. Have that conversation with him. If you do have the conversation, hit us up on Monday and let us know how it goes, okay?
All right, well, yeah.
All right, Godspeed to you. All right.
She shouldn't be hard to chase after.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, you could totally beat her ass. I mean, she's 75.
You're sitting pretty right now.
The Bert Show.